Hello, friends. Apparently, when you have a YouTube channel, you have to make videos on a fairly regular basis. I thought, throwing three out in a row there, maybe I could get away with a little time off, but apparently not. The viewer numbers, they dropped to zero, and everybody wants new, 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 now, now, now. So, fine. I will give you an update on book four, I suppose. Oh, to go back in time. Hello, I'm Ian Henderson. I am writing a absolutely ridiculous 30 book sci-fi murder mystery police procedural detective series in space, but I said sci-fi at the beginning. Whatever. It's in space. It happens to be in space. Don't get me started on the whole happens to be. Like there was this whole thing with this booktube person. Anyway, doesn't matter. Maybe we'll come back to it someday. That'll be some Ian lore. What do we got? So if you watched the last video, it was a bit long. Maybe not too many people did. But I set up book four. And I said I was pantsing it because I kind of know how my characters react and yada yada. So, transparency wise, it's not the easiest thing in the world to write a pantsed book. Even when you know how your characters will react, even when you know how to go about the investigation. And honestly, on the weekend, up until like last night, I didn't really know where we were going. I mean, everything's solid. Like the investigation work is solid. The character development, it's still solid. But I didn't know who killed our guy or why or even how they went about it. And it took a little bit of what's it called? Cognitive incubation. Hey, how about that? Pulled that out of my head ass. Um, I needed to distract myself and allow my subconscious to work on that a little bit, which is where play comes in. You might think you're doing crossword puzzles and stuff, and that's not contributing to your writing, but it does because you're distracting yourself and you're allowing your subconscious to work through some of these problems. And then suddenly eureka, I've got it. I didn't do any puzzles, but I did a work day. I made a little bit of food last night, and we got there in the end. So now, all hope was lost yesterday. I had no idea where I was going. Today, it's now after 3 o'clock, and it's the 10th. That's Monday. I'll probably just edit this and throw it up tonight, which is a lovely visual. Um, I know where we're going. I know who did it. I know why. Now I just have to finish writing everything. There aren't as many bodies in this story, and there aren't as many suspects. There's very few at this moment in time, and like up until like the weekend, there were very few. So I took the opportunity there to do a little more character development, a little bit more backstory. Not, I don't dump info ever, but a little bit of motivation that comes about organically, and motivation is based off of backstory. Anyway, um, I was going to give a pure update on what the numbers were since I began writing February 1st, I've actually written every single day. However, Alyssa and the Books released a video today, Monday, where she was very honest and addressed some anxieties that she was having about being, let's say, a constant performer. High energy, go, 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 always with the deadlines, get it out. And it felt inappropriate for me, having watched that, to come here and say, look at my word counts for the last week and a day or two. Because that goes contrary to the message that she had, which was, I don't know if Alyssa actually watches my videos. I doubt it. There are some hints sometimes, though, in what she says that maybe she does. So, Alyssa, if you're watching, I genuinely am sorry that you. I'm not sorry. I'm glad that you recognized you needed a reset and you reset. We'll go with that. That seems like the most honest, real thing that I could say about this. Um, I have been writing every single day. The word counts have been quite high. I may find myself in a burnout situation soon, too. I have put a tiny bit of pressure on myself. I try not to, ever. But I've put a tiny bit of pressure on myself because I know what books 5 and 6 are. I know pretty well exactly how they're going to go, pretty well, within reason. And book 4, it's like, okay, let's just get through book 4. We'll get on to 5 and 6. And then once 4, 5, and 6 are done, well, now we have the first 6-book chunk of our 30-book series with our thematic arc. And we'll hammer through and we'll beef up all the language and make them all sound like real books instead of the drafts that they are. Because I also, like some other people are doing right now, the debut year, I also wouldn't mind getting this show on the road. It doesn't have to be this year. I honestly don't have the money for all the editors and the covers and the audiobooks, and I could do my own voiceovers, I suppose. I know this voice I give you on a regular basis isn't necessarily the best, but I do actually do some voiceover work on the side. And I have a far better voice for that and more expensive microphones and whatever. So I could maybe do my own voiceover work, but I don't know that I want to take everything on myself. Anyway, so there's been some pressure maybe to try to get these 6 books done. And after watching Alyssa's video today, I thought we could dial that back a bit. Let's not worry too much. We'll get book 4 done. I'll give you a number because whatever. It's about 23,000. We're 23,000 words into book 4, and it's the 10th or whatever. If I keep up the pace, draft 1 of book 4 would be done by the end of the month. Draft 1 of book 3 was done in January. Again, these are not sustainable numbers. This is doing like More than NaNoWriMo every single month of the year. Ridiculous. And I don't want to be an example for people in that way. It's just an example of burnout. You'll just fry. So, what I will say is that book 4 going along nicely. I now know where I'm going with it as far as suspects and the actual murderer of the thing and the motives and whatnot. I'm having fun with it. Um, Marjorie, none of you know this because none of you read my friggin' books yet. But anyway, Marjorie was an acting detective. She came in from the Rangers, which is my equivalent of the police, and she's been with them over the last few cases, mostly because Tanner, the guy who was the deputy ISC, he was promoted. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. She's come in and she's had a lot of stress in this because she didn't know if she actually wanted to join them. She didn't know if she wanted to leave the Rangers. She didn't know if she wanted to leave her cabin. It's not really a cabin, it's just a bunk on the wall on the colony where she lives. She wasn't sure if she wanted to leave there because her parents were killed there and she's spent her whole life there, and but she wants her career to keep going. And then she took the entrance, not entrance, but the exam to become the replacement deputy, and she was killing herself on that test. And then, I mean, I don't want to like spoil things, but anyway, very anxious moments here. There's a lot of throwing up in my books. People are pretty friggin' anxious about things. And it's all as real as I can make it based off of things I remember in life. So there we go. This is a short and sweet update on book 4. I appreciate everybody watching. Any new subscribers? We haven't had any in a tiny bit, but there's tons more. Like, I remember the month anniversary video, I was saying, but we only have 10 subscribers, so it's easy to keep up with the comments. And there's like 74 friggin' people now. For me, that's incredible. And I appreciate every single one of you watching and wanting to hear what I have to say or follow along on the journey, or someone's holding a gun to your head and making you stay subscribed. So I appreciate everyone in every way. You guys are awesome. We'll see you probably next week. We got to keep making videos. We'll see where we are in book 4. And I suppose the final word is don't burn yourselves out. I'm doing this thing, and as soon as I feel like it's too much, we're taking a break. Okay? Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.